Hi, girl. Did you first, before we get into that? Actually, let's just get into it. I think I mean, we're gonna keep it real cute or whatever. You are on the U Pod, overly obsessed, unsung underground, and
And
yeah, for all so first of all, the song we're gonna do today is DMFU, right?
yes,
But I think it's very appropriate.
DFMU.
Oh, what did I say?
You say DFMU. You said DF something, whatever. But it's no, you said DMFU. No, it's DFMU.
Oh, yes. And what does that stand for?
Don't F me up.
Say the real words.
Fuck me up. Don't fuck me up.
Yes. And I think it's appropriate.
I do.
Yeah. This past Saturday we had a live and it got pretty intense, right?
Oof. Intense, intense. Did I say intense twice? Because you know when you say a word twice, it makes it more like,
Yeah. Yeah. And
yeah.
I think, it makes sense to go into this song because the live we started talking, we feature our girl, our sis from Argentina, Marisol.
Marisol.
And she was going through some emotions, and she's a great singer, by the way, but a lot of her songs are really inspired by what she goes through, like any other singer. But it could be about love, sex, relationships, heartbreak, or whatever. But she really had a lot to get off her chest about like men and them just doing us wrong, right?
Exactly. And so with that, every love song that we do hear, it's a lot of that within the music that we hear all the time. With Ellamai, with this song, she is definitely talking about a romance that turned toxic and falling in love with somebody that does not engage with love, and it's like a tug of war with your heart. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so she's trying to get this across in this song, which makes this song amazing. Which Ella May, I love her. Me and my cousin Ebony, which was amazing. We went to that concert when she did when she did first come out, but
Mm-hmm.
this was when she was still underground. She wasn't mainstream like she is now. But yeah, like her songs are mainly about love. Like
Mm-hmm.
majority of her songs that she does do, they're about love and relationships and past relationships. So this definitely is a song that would be something that Ella Mai would sing.
I
Mm-hmm.
want to touch on the small little topic of like, just let's say niggas ain't shit, right?
Ooh,
When
that was our
when
topic.
it kind of went into that, but I didn't, for the live, for record, I didn't feel like I was actually able to really talk
Speak on
to,
it.
yeah, to
Mm-hmm.
speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't go forth without like talking about the difference between niggas and men. And I wanted to ask her, like the one
Cal,
Mikkel's, who, thank you for following us. And
thank you so much for coming
like,
on. Like,
that
you
was
really got, she's the one who got the conversation popping because people was commenting like, and they really, like, one lady really wanted us to really speak on that because they never get a woman's side of that, a woman's perspective on relationships.
the thing is, like, first and foremost, niggas, whatever, like that's considered to be a derogatory word.
Yeah.
It has a lot of historical, pain associated with it or whatever. And when we use it, of course, we're talking about like performative endearment, but it
Mm-hmm.
still is a word that can be a diss to men that, aren't worth any, not worth anything, or we feel like aren't worth anything, waste our time, get us upset or whatever,
Hurt us.
hurt us.
That pain is associated with hurt.
Yes, it is. It is. So yeah, like when we say niggas and niggas ain't shit, like we're really, really hurt. And I just want to be clear, it's not something that, we necessarily say all the time. It's just really just when a situation like affects us, that's just the phrase we use. We
Mm-hmm.
don't necessarily want to make men feel in general like all of y'all men ain't shit. And that's not true, because there is a really huge difference between the niggas and the niggas ain't shit and men. And I just, I wanted to ask her, like, okay, the niggas that you've been associated with or whatnot, it's just like, where, I guess, not even where are they coming from,
Yeah,
but have you been able to be in a relationship with a man? Like, what, like,
that was
have,
healthy.
that was healthy, like a relationship that was healthy? Because there are good men,
It is good men out
and
here, a lot of them.
yeah. And so for the most part, I just wanted to kind of like put that out there after that conversation, because it's just like, we love our men, we love our black men. We definitely, want to speak life into our black men. And there's different reasons why men and women act the way that they do, cheat on each other, or whatever. It's definitely situational. It could be generational. It could be anything. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yes, I just wanted to kind of like vocalize that and let, our brothers know, like, we love you and we are going to continue to encourage you, but don't, what is it? What's the saying? Don't you?
Don't F me up.
Yes, don't do it, because
Don't do it.
we're going to keep saying it.
And yeah, and the thing is, what I like wanted what I wanted to hear. Maybe we'll do this on the next Saturday after, when we speak to another one of our artists that we haven't spoke to in a long time, on our Saturday night lives, which you
Mm-hmm.
guys should tune into. Every other Saturday, we go on live around 8 p.m. and we speak to our underground artists that we have had on the show, even some new followers. Of course, with Kel, she popped up and was able to speak about this situation. But hopefully on the next session, we'll be able to ask, like, hey, like, have you found that healthy relationship? Because I definitely want to know. That was something that we should have asked, but we didn't get a chance to. But I
Mm-hmm.
want to hear, has she found that healthy relationship yet? Because not
Yeah.
all men are the same.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, let's get into
Let's
it.
get into it. So I mean, I love this song. I love Ellamai. So
Mm-hmm.
anything that she does, she can't do no wrong. Like her last song, Not Another Love Song, that was the last song that she had put out. She hasn't put out anything else since then.
Yeah.
And that song was a hit. Like, that's my song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one is,
Danny's, I could play that song over and over and over again,
it
honey.
really is good. She really
Not
has some good songs.
another love song. But this one, this is new. I mean, it's the same category because, of course, it is love, and that's what she talks about. But we can get into the first verse.
Okay.
So she's saying, like a glimpse from the past, you can seal the dark. In a frame, you're the poster up on the wall. In my dreams, you're the prince and I'm the ball. Fairy tales, I'm not used to them at all. So what I get from this, every woman, we
Mm.
have that fairy tale. We have been watching all these Cinderella stories, Beauty and the Beast. Um,
The Cinderella. Mm-hmm.
okay, so a lot of us women, we go through a lot and we think that this fairy tale that we watch Cinderella, we watch Beauty and the Beast, and we think that those stories, that's how our life is supposed to go or how our relationships are supposed to go. And at all times, it doesn't. It doesn't end up like that.
Disney has set us up for
They
failure.
set us up for failure. They set us up for failure because that's what we're comparing stuff to. Like, everybody thinks that it's supposed to be a crystal ball, or we're supposed to have that glass shoe at the end of the night at 12 p.m. when the clock strikes, and that's not what happens.
Mm-hmm.
relationships, you go through ups and downs. It's not always perfect all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And what I get from this is she's saying that. Ellamai is saying that, like, fairy tales I'm not used to. Like, so when I do get a little bit of that fairy tale, I try to hold on to it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to this dark phase or this not going this type of way. And when it does go that way, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you're confused. Like, what's going on here? Is this right? Like what I was talking about this past Saturday, saying, you know, when things are going right for some men, they can't handle it when it's
Mm-hmm.
going too good. So,
Well,
yeah.
I know, like for this verse, the one the line that stuck out to me the most was like, in the frame, you're the poster on my wall. First and foremost, like that's what we used to do when we were like,
Hello.
we admire, like I used to have mad immature pictures on my wall all the time, but we did that out of admiration. It was just like these
Yeah.
people that we adored and we loved, and we wanted to see them when we woke up in the morning and before we went to bed. Like, but that's powerful. Like, this is sometimes like how we feel about the men that we're in relationships with. And not to get too preachy or whatever, but that is not necessarily a good thing, to idolize a man. And that's why we get hurt. It's that whole thing with expectation. So it's just like Alame is just speaking from a woman's perspective. It's just like, I admire you that much. You know what I'm saying? And you were or are this like this person, this great person to me, this prince, this person that I admire and I want to see before I go to bed. And set yourself up for disappointment a little bit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure like
It
on
is.
men to be that Prince Charming. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
It
And
is.
I feel for them as well, you know, like, oh, you couldn't tell me nothing about no Jeffrey Atkins. I love me some Ja Rule. And I still love him to this day.
Hmm.
But you know, like then you come to find out, like, oh my God, that person Ja Rule has a wife and he has kids. Like, you know, you just so stuck on them. Like, oh my God, I love this dude, and you know, we
Hmm.
gotta when we should be idolizing or following God and doing that instead of idolizing this man, putting this man on this pedestal.
Hmm.
So yes,
Yeah,
that's a deep verse right there,
it
and
is.
that's just the beginning.
That's just beginning.
That's just the first four lines. So
Yeah.
what happens next?
So you got me questioning, what have you done to me? Used to be out of reach, feel like you're testing me. You're the necessity, full court press on me.
Mm,
So, I mean, I think from this though, she's pretty much getting into the hurt part. It's coming up. It's
basically,
like,
it's coming.
obviously, I still rock with you. You still are obviously the love of my life from what it seems like, but he did something wrong and it's starting to get her feeling some type of way.
So
And
now I'm
also,
questioning.
yeah, and also like, or you testing me, like you trying to, which is a true thing, and I've experienced that too. It's just like, because some men intentionally fuck up shit
Girl,
to see how loyal you are and to see
hello.
how if they can really trust you. So she's kind of like confused. It's just like, all right, what you doing? Like, what's up with
Yeah,
you
what's
acting funny?
going on?
Right.
And I think we all can relate to that. Like, we always question, like, why am I acting this type of way? I've never done this before, and what does this dude have on me that I'm sticking around, or what's happening next? Like, what's going on? So we have all been there.
Mm-hmm.
So then, of course, the chorus. Um, don't F me up, don't let me down. You know I want to be around. You tugging, warning me with my heart. Didn't think I'd ever be so hard. Didn't think it'd ever be so hard. Don't F me up, don't let me down. Cause if it's love, I want to drown. I need to hear it from your mouth. Can't wait no longer. Tell me now. Don't F me up, don't let me down.
It sounds like she just like pleading a
Yes,
little
she's
bit.
pleading her case like, listen, you don't know what's going to come out, what this outcome is going to happen if you keep on doing this to me. Like, don't do it.
Well, but see, to a certain extent, too, it's almost like, see, it makes me wonder too, like, she's in her head. Like, it's almost as if it's like she's gone through hurt before, and she's seen that she caught feelings for somebody, and
Mm-hmm.
they fucked her over. So
Yeah.
she's like, don't play with my heart. Like, I'm letting my guard down. Like, she's almost like
Mm-hmm.
warning them, like, I'm really feeling you. Like,
So
don't
don't
fuck
do
it
it.
up.
Don't do it.
Don't let me down.
Don't push me because I'm close to the
Mm.
edge.
So yes, yeah.
So yeah, I understand. I understand.
Okay, so it says such, this is verse 2. So such a risk, but I'm willing to take a chance. What you think with my heart sitting in your hand?
Mm.
Gotta learn how to let someone in to hold. It takes time. Gotta trust who I let control. Hmm.
Whoa.
Who I let
Whoa.
control though. Let's get into this whole way of
Let's
being
yeah, that's
submissive
what
and letting a man control. But what?
Danny, let's get into this. Let's get into this. Cause whew, cause she's
So
saying she's willing to take a chance. What do you think my heart is sitting in your hand?
do you think this? I hope. First of all, I hope Ellamai was at least a very decent and lengthy relationship with this
Relationship
person. Like,
before that.
first and foremost, I hope that you feel like you know him and you're really experiencing who he really is at this
I
point.
hope.
Like, I hope it's almost to the point where, like, y'all could get engaged to be married, because it's just like,
Yeah,
at
because
first,
Danny, this you're
this
thinking the
ain't
same thing
no.
I'm thinking. Because this ain't no 2 months, 3 months. Like I hope you not giving this man your heart at that time. Like you still learning a person.
Yeah, you still learning
And
the person.
even when you're learning a person, even when you get to that long term, you still are learning a person. You
Mm-hmm.
learn a person every day because people change every day. Like
Mm-hmm.
you grow. When you grow, you change. So it's like I hope she didn't give her heart like away that quick.
Mm-hmm. But it's like the whole control part, I ain't gonna hold you like that. I feel some type of way about that. And when I say that, it's like I want things to happen the way that I want them to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So when I hear this verse, it's just like, all right, like, I'm letting you into control. It's pretty much, yeah, I'm letting my guard down. I'm switching up on this relationship, and giving you me, and I'm letting things take its course, and letting things, like, it's out of my control, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
the part where it's just like I'm giving you control, I'm just like, I don't know about that.
Mm.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I think it's because we have been independent so long. It's kind of hard to give someone that full control because it's only been us for so long. And what we have seen, it's only been our moms. You
do
know what
you
I'm saying?
do you think control, so okay, when we talk about submission, again, we're speaking from being independent and single women, unmarried, but like, you're supposed, okay, so apparently you're supposed to be submissive in a marriage, but are you also supposed to be submissive in a relationship? Like,
Ooh.
and if you are, like, is that given or is that earned?
Ooh.
I'm saying,
That need to be one of our questions on Saturday Night Live because that's serious.
we're gonna save it.
Yeah, we need to save that because that's definitely a topic that needs to be discussed because it it's true. Because even being in a relationship, some people we give our all. But when we give our all, does that mean that we're going to be leading towards a marriage?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that when we're doing our all in a relationship, that what do we do in a marriage? Because
Mm-hmm.
are we doing the same thing that we're doing in a marriage in a relationship? So,
In a way, you should be.
ooh,
It's kind of,
ooh, that's kind of ooh.
because we on the ooh pod. That's
We want to
kind
Uber, and that is something that needs to be discussed. I think we need that as a topic.
of okay.
A lot of people have those questions. You definitely like, should I be? Because I know a long time ago you hear that saying like, you shouldn't be. What is it? You shouldn't be giving all this in just to a boyfriend. This is what should be given to a husband.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I slip up.
But we
Sometimes
both
I
35. We both 35 and ain't had no husband. So it's like, what do we do?
Yeah, I mean, but it is a give and take. It's girl, it ain't no rules. That's the first and foremost. It really ain't no rules. It's like initially, like you're trying to impress your boyfriend, your mate, or your girlfriend. So y'all gonna do things that are gonna make that person feel good and make them feel like you are a good catch. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
on both ends.
Mm-hmm.
So like from a woman's perspective, like doing like the wifely duties, you know, of course you want to portray, or you want to not portray, but you want to show that man that you have
Those
those
qualities.
qualities. You know what I'm saying? Now, some men, they don't really, some men aren't phased by it. It varies. It really
Yeah. And it depends
varies.
on the
It
person.
depends on the person. Cause some men, they be like, all right, I don't even care if you cook or not. We gonna go out to eat all the time anyway. Like
Mm-hmm.
it just be like that. So
Oof.
I don't know. But in terms of like the whole, submissive thing, in terms of giving a man control, or giving the man to be the decision maker, the one to really like, have a vision or call the shots or whatever you call it. Like, is that earned or is that given?
Given.
So it's
Mm.
interesting. But yeah,
I'm
got us
ready for that
thinking.
conversation.
So yes, let's go to the bridge since of course she repeats the chorus and
Of course, she repeats the chorus. So the bridge, okay. If you really care for me, just make sure you're there for me.
mm-hmm.
Feel I'm falling in too deep. That's okay, just rescue me. Let me know what you want from me. Open up, let me in and see. Boy, yeah, I know where I want to be. Want to be. Just want to know what your loving means to me.
Mm. Well, on my version it says just want to know what your loving means. Mm.
Mm.
Okay. So how do you feel about that one?
We all want that. That's what our love language speaks to. Um, we all want to know if that person really cares for us, if they're really feeling us, and we want to know. Like, I know a lot of people say yeah, but I'm showing you no. We want to hear it too.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear it sometimes. Like the way that you do things, I want to know if this is really what it is. Like,
Yeah.
open up. Like some men, they don't.
That's what we
They
was
don't
talking
open
about on
up.
Saturday too.
Yeah, like they don't tell you and you don't know, so you got to guess.
Right.
And it's hard because it's hard reading a man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's been a whole life and you trying to read a man and you're like, how does this man really feel about me?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't read them. They can read us, but most of the time we're an open book because we talk and we tell how we feel and we express our feelings. I know between me and you, we definitely do.
Mm-hmm.
I can't speak for all women, but for men, a lot of them don't open up.
A lot of men don't open up, but I feel like in terms of like the difference between the niggas and the men, I feel like the men, and again, like there are some people that really just don't know how to convey like
Yeah.
love, because men have their own stuff where they have to be more masculine than, because love is associated with
Feminine.
femininity and feminine energy, so you don't want to look at like you soft or whatever. We get all that, but I really do, I love the fact that there are men that can just convey how they feel and communicate and let them know. I think what's really just important is that a man that says what he says and his actions match up with it
Oh,
indicate,
it's a powerful man.
yeah, and indicates how he really may feel about you. You know what I'm saying? Like if his words don't match his actions, then it's just like, well, he kind of telling you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you already know. And the thing that I always like is because, back in the day, it's always like, no, they told you in the beginning. Like when you try to be with that dude and they be like, no, I don't want no relationship. But then you try to force that relationship because you're like, no, we're doing stuff like we're in a relationship. So why can't we just be in a one? But the man told you in the beginning, like, I don't want a relationship. So you have to listen. So
Mm-hmm.
I think like now we're definitely taking it in where we're really hearing that other person saying, this is not what I want, or this is what I want. So you really have to take the time to communicate and hear what that person is saying.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ooh,
And the major thing in communication is listening. Like that's
listening.
listening. Take it in, let it digest. If you gotta sleep on it, sit on it, pray on
And
it.
don't make no decisions right then and there. Take your time, digest it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, this person said this to me, because a lot of times we miscommunication happens and you think that this person is saying one thing, especially through texting.
Mm.
Texting is not what you want to do communication through, because
Yeah.
somebody can take
Something serious.
something one way and it really wasn't that way. It was said another way.
Oh my.
Like you saying no. You like, dang, they said no like that, but they be like, no. Like that. It could have been a nice no or something like that. But the way that it comes off, you're like,
Yo, this
what?
reminds me, and really quick, and then we're gonna end it. This reminds me of this thing I saw on TikTok. I don't remember the person's name right now, but he specialized in words and word usage. So there was something on there that talks about like emphasis or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know emphasis means just like more, putting more into something, right?
Yeah.
So the sentence was, I didn't I didn't say you, I didn't say we should kill him. Every time he said the sentence, he put more emphasis on one word. So he was
Mm.
like, I didn't say we should kill him. And then he said, I didn't say we should kill him. And then he said, I didn't say we should kill him. And then he
Mm.
kept saying, like, I didn't say we should kill him. Like, you
Ooh.
it literally changes the dynamic of
Yeah.
the sentence. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So when you talk about that and you talk about communication, it's like even listening to tone and listening to the
Ooh.
emphasis of the words and all of that.
Tone is everything.
Everything.
Tone is everything to me.
Somebody could just tell you, they be like, instead of saying I love you,
Yeah.
and instead of saying I love you,
Mm-hmm.
like it makes a difference.
Tone is
So
everything to me. Tone is everything to me.
mm-hmm,
Like I can hear someone saying something and I'd be like, what?
mm-hmm.
Why'd you say it like that? But that's just maybe how that person talks. And it just doesn't sit well with me because I'm not used to that certain tone.
She said, I ain't say well, but me, how you
It
said
don't
that.
sit well with me. It don't. So I'm like, ooh. But then in texting, it's a whole nother ball game. Like
Yeah.
it just takes you to a whole different level. Like a person is just texting and they might not mean it the way that you're reading it, but that's just the way that communication
Good
comes
or
across.
bad. Yeah, good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but at the end of the day, don't fuck me
Yeah.
up.
Don't do it. Don't do it because you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what the outcome is going to be.
Oh my
So
God.
just don't do it. Just
Yeah.
don't do it. And it's
Yeah.
like if you want to play games, this is what I always say. I always say, let a person decide for themselves. So if this is something that you want to do and you want to like not be in a relationship, or you just want to, I just want to have my cake and eat it too. Tell that person first. Let them decide whether or not that is something that they want to do. Because if it's not, then they can tell you that and then they can go about their business. But if it is something they want to do, they already know what they're getting themselves into.
Because trust, there are plenty of people that want their cake and eat it too, women
Yes,
and men.
indeed.
So, but there are plenty of people that want to be in monogamous, loyal relationships and build and be treated well,
Exactly.
let them have that. Let them don't waste the
Exactly.
time. Yeah. Yeah.
I
But
think
it's a
this
good
is a
song
good song. It's a
for
good
sure.
song. Ellamai did that. Like she always speaking about love, and this one is definitely one that a lot of people can relate to. So I think
Yes.
everybody should take their time and listen to Dfmu. Gotta say it slow.
That also stands for like a drug, but
I know.
that's something else.
That's
But
something.
whatever.
That'll be a whole different topic. We'll be here all day. But yes, definitely make sure that you tune in, listen to it,
Yes.
share if you see any artists, any underground artists, any unsung artists that you guys think that we should listen to or get them on the show. Let us know. Tag them, tag us, let us know, and we will definitely follow up with it.
Yes. And so yeah, we love you guys.
Love you. Until music next time.
Peace.
Peace out.